Good morning, boys and girls. This is your language arts lesson for Monday, May 11th. This week, you're going to be reading the story Red, White, and Blue, the story of the American flag. So let's get started by looking at pages 392 and 393 in your Reading Street book. So let's take a look at these pictures here. Look at the picture of the fireworks display. What day do you think these people are celebrating? So remember, our theme for Unit 6 is traditions. And we see our flag on the 4th of July. So I'm guessing that the tradition they're celebrating here is the 4th of July. What celebration are the girl and her mother at? Well, it looks like they're at a 4th of July parade. So, at a parade, people wave flags. Now, look at the picture of the large flag. Where do you think these people are celebrating? It looks to me like it's a baseball game. People celebrate the flag at sports events and they sing the national anthem. So I have a little video here to show you.
What traditions and celebrations involve our country's flag?
My family puts a flag up every 4th of July.
The 4th of July, or Independence Day, is the anniversary of the United States independence, or freedom from Great Britain, and it is celebrated with fireworks and flags. The flag of the United States is an important symbol for the nation, just as the flags of other nations are also important symbols. The U.S. flag is divided into two parts, the stars, which represent the number of states, and the stripes, which represent the original 13 colonies that came together to form the United States. Throughout the history of the United States, paying allegiance or respect to the flag has been an important way of showing that we are patriotic or proud. Formally, we pay allegiance to the United States flag by saying the Pledge of Allegiance, which symbolizes our support for the United States. This week you will learn about the traditions that honor the United States flag, such as the Pledge of Allegiance, the National Anthem, and the 4th of July. What traditions and celebrations have you noticed that involve our country's flag?
Okay, here is your song for the week. Okay, so boys and girls, this week you are learning all about abbreviations, and you may have already noticed that the spelling words for the week are all abbreviations except for the two bonus words. So, an abbreviation is a shortened form of a word. So, so if you look up here at the street sign, you see El chocolate Ave, A-V-E, with a dot, stands for avenue. That's an abbreviation for the word avenue. So you're going to learn many, many abbreviations this week. Let's take a closer look over here at abbreviations. This is in your Reading Street book on pages 394 to 395. Look at the pictures on this page. It shows street signs with a capital A, lowercase v, lowercase e, period on it. So again, that is the abbreviation for the complete word avenue. Avenue is another word that names a street. Even though letters are missing, we say the word as if all the letters are showing. Here are some other abbreviations. MR stands for Mr. AVE stands for Avenue. DR stands for Doctor. Feb stands for February, and MON stands for Monday. So these are all abbreviations. Notice there's a little period after each one. That goes with the abbreviations. So let's read these sentences I can read. I want you guys to read them out loud with me. Mr. Jones lives at 235 Elm Street. Sentence 2. I will see Dr. Lopez on February 21st. And 3. Our last day of school is Monday, June 8th. So now it says, I can read. And this is from Mrs. Sophie Martin, and the subject is October 14th party at 320 South Main Avenue. The date is Thursday, September 29th. So you see a lot of abbreviations up here. To Mrs. Grace Timmons, Dr. Abby Gomez, Mr. Abbott Soto Jr., and Ms. Susan Nelson. Dear friends, Miss Wilson and her class at Big Hollow School are grateful to you. Without your help, our new playground would not have been built. Please come to the party to celebrate its grand opening. The party will be held at 320 South Main Avenue on Friday, October 14th from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. We would love to see you there. So, what you have learned here is all about abbreviations. And now you are ready to complete page 493 in your Readers and Writers Notebook. You're going to look at these abbreviations and draw a line from the word to the abbreviation it stands for. So AV, you all know that AV means avenue. So get busy on that. And then on the bottom, you're going to write each abbreviation correctly. So remember, abbreviations always start with a capital and they always have a period behind them. Okay? After that, we're going to learn all about author's purpose. So, an author has a purpose or a reason for writing. An author might write to entertain, to describe, or to explain. As you read flags, use a chart like this to identify the topic and explain the author's purpose. So it's just a little note you can jot down in your notebook or a piece of paper. It's not a big deal, but just it'll help you organize your thoughts if you do that. So another comprehension strategy you're learning here is how to summarize. So a summary is a brief retelling of a paragraph or story. You summarize by telling only the most important ideas in your own words. Summarizing as you read can help you remember main events. It is a strategy that good readers use to check their understanding. So let's take a look at the story flags. But before we begin, here's what I want to do. Okay, before I begin reading, I read the title and I look at the pictures. In the first paragraph, the author tells me that the flag is a symbol. This information, along with the title and the pictures, gives me clues about what the topic of an article might be. I will continue reading to see what the author tells me next. I'll also look for parts of the article that help me decide if the author's purpose is to entertain, describe, or explain. So let's read this story, boys and girls. Flags. Read along with me as I read out loud. A flag is a piece of cloth, but it is much more. A flag is a symbol. It can stand for a country. A flag sends a message. Each color and picture on a flag tells something. The color red stands for courage. The color white stands for peace. The color blue stands for freedom. The flag of the United States, France, and Laos are red, white, and blue. Many flags have pictures. A picture of an eagle might stand for freedom. The flags of Egypt and Ecuador each have eagles on them. Other flags, like the U.S. flag, have stars. The flag of China has 5 stars. A flag of Ghana has 1 big star. The Turkish flag has a star and the shape of the moon. So that is all about author's purpose. And now you're ready to complete your next page in your Readers and Writers Notebook. On page 495, you're going to read the story and write the answer to each question. So you're going to read A Day to Celebrate. It's a short story, and then you're going to answer 3 questions about that story. You're going to answer number 1, what is the topic of the story? Number 2, what is the purpose of Kiro and Hai? And number 3, why do you think the author wrote this story? All right, you can pause the video while you work on that. Next, I want to go over your vocabulary for the week. So you have these words in dark print and the definitions. So America is the United States of America. Birthday, the day that somebody was born or something began, usually celebrated yearly. Flag, a piece of cloth usually with square corners with a picture or a pattern that stands for a place or country. Freedom, the condition of not being under someone else's control. Nicknames, names used instead of real names. Stars, shapes that have 5 or more points. And stripes, long, narrow bands of color. So now that you know what all those words mean, you are prepared to do your Readers and Writers Notebook page about the vocabulary. So here we are on page 494, and you are going to pick a word from the box to finish each sentence and write the word on the line. So here you go. Pretty straightforward. You guys can pause the video while you do that. And to complete your lesson today, you are going to just read page 496 in your Readers and Writers Notebook. So here's an example. You're going to write a poem or a song this week. So this is the American flag. And let's read it. The American flag is red, white, and blue. There are 50 stars that cover it too. We hang it on houses. We hang it on poles. It's a symbol of many American goals. But mostly we know that it means we are free. Long may it wave, we shout loudly with glee. So here are the key features of a descriptive poem or song. It has carefully chosen words arranged in lines. It describes something and may have rhymes. A song is like a poem that people sing. So I just wanted you to know the key features and to read this example, and we'll be doing some writing later in the week. So that completes your lesson for Monday, May 11th. Good job, boys and girls.